Therapist. We usually come to you every other week on Thursdays at 1 Eastern. And we are doing a special edition today because we know that there's a lot of fear out there, a lot of panic, and a lot of need for just some extra support in TLC. And also maybe just a forum to kind of talk about what's on your minds or questions that you might have. So we are here today to talk about the elephant in the room, right? That's there in everybody's homes right now, the coronavirus. And we wanted to talk about the energetics of that a little bit. We definitely want to offer you some support. So if you feel like this is something that somebody needs to hear, or somebody needs an extra love today, extra healing, please send this their way and share it out so that they can feel, we really all want to come together at a time like this. We want to support one another. We want to connect. I mean, even just connecting itself, even if you don't say anything to people, is productive right now. You know, just feeling this sense of unity and that you're not alone, and feeling this sense of safety and security. So we'd really like to help with that and encourage you all to say hello if you're here and to share out if you can. I'm going to share out now. Raelin, do you want to say anything, my love?
Yeah, and I've shared out too. Welcome everybody. And this is something we briefly chatted on this on our last show too. And this is probably something that is going to be, held conversations around for quite some time because of the nature of the, rapid spreading of the virus, but also the larger issue here and where we're coming from is the rapid spreading of fear, misinformation, and discord and dis-ease of all of this, right? And so we're light workers, we're light bearers, we're way showers, and it is our belief and viewpoint, and energetically speaking, an opportunity for all of us to come forward and to rise up and to honestly help create spaces of safety, create spaces of calm, create spaces of awareness, of awakening, and be able to eradicate fear-based decision-making and action-taking. Okay. So when we are in a space of calm and informed awareness, we will make decisions and take appropriate action from a place of education, information, and love. So, we all know that love is the highest energy, and love can and will combat the fear surrounding all of this. But it really is the fear that is rising within so many individuals surrounding all of this that is creating the panic. It's creating the dynamic now where we have, stuff flying off of the shelves. We've got people irrationally running to the store and grabbing stuff out of people's shopping carts. I saw a friend who just posted she's been at the store for 2 hours now trying to check out. My husband and I went to the store yesterday and just bought a few essentials. We bought a little bit of extra food for our animals and some cat litter, and that was it basically. And just watching the fear in people's eyes and in their reaction and in their bodies. Hello, Holly. Excuse me. Thank you for joining. So it's what our intention is here, and what's really going on is the need to address and confront, I guess, well, maybe confront's not the word, but to respond to all of the fear with love and with understanding, and with accurate, right information, taking appropriate actions. In no way are we saying that this isn't serious, that this isn't spreading, that this is just, we understand the reality of the situation, but the reality is that when we are in fear, our immune systems respond.
Exactly.
And it creates the stress response. And we know physiologically, scientifically, this is science here, people. Scientifically and physiologically, medically speaking, it lowers our immune system because it throws us into fight, flight, or freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And when we make decisions from that, that's why we have people fighting each other over toilet paper. And I
really do love toilet paper. And I have to say that I have always had an issue with toilet paper. Okay. I like to hoard toilet paper in general. That is like one of my issues. My husband laughs because I'm literally how many rolls do we have left? How many rolls do we have left? You got
right.
Like, when was the last time that you were not able to wipe your butt? Like, I don't understand why this is. It's always like made me feel safe to have toilet paper stocked.
That Carl Jung would probably say, and Freud would say, is connected to your anus.
Yeah.
And issues of elimination and defecation.
Well, that's shocking.
Which goes to your sexual energy and is a whole nother conversation.
Your penis when it comes to Freud. But yeah, no, I'm probably stuck in the anal phase, which doesn't surprise me considering how type A I am. So,
oral anal, yes.
Right. You know, so there you go.
There you go.
But yeah, and listen, I joke about it, but I do. It's not like we're not preparing. It's not like we're not making decisions. It's not like we don't have our fears. I mean, I'm immunodeficient. So I am one of the people who is at risk. Do I get infusions every week? Yes, I do get infusions every week, but they only protect against bacteria. They do not protect against viruses. So I'm one of the at risk. So I'm still making, smart, informed decisions for myself about, what is safe and what I expose myself to and things like that. So it doesn't mean yes, full trust and faith in the universe is me throwing up my hands and saying, I will hug and lick everyone and just whatever.
Right. But we're not advocating that, people.
No,
we're not.
I am not. And I would not end up, like that's the thing is I'm not going to be one of those people who says I entirely trust, which you could say is wrong. You could say that's not, some people in the spiritual world say, you need to trust and like really embody that vibration. And I get that, but for me, I'm not at that level of extreme. Like I do believe in the human. I do believe in what's going on here and that, we need to take steps of precaution,
Well, energetically speaking, our chakra centers point to that, right? We have our lower chakras, which are connecting us and grounding us to our human experience. But we also have our upper chakras that are reminding us and awakening us to spiritual truths, spiritual energy, divine revelation, divine wisdom, and awakening. And it is all cohesively brought together in our heart space. And that's where we radiate out love toward all of this. So we have to be balanced here. And that's exactly what we're talking about, right?
Well, the fear. So people think that the fear, and I know you and I have watched some similar videos about this topic. And, people think that the fear, and I think this goes for fear in general, is going to, they need to have it in place in order to be able to prevent themselves from making stupid decisions and exposing themselves. And then what happens? Okay. So why is that an issue? Why am I afraid of taking steps that would put me at risk? Because then I could get sick, but then I also have responsibility, right? And I have responsibility. And then I'm going to feel guilty because, oh my gosh, I put myself at risk and my family at risk. And look at the choice I made. And now I'm at fault. Now I have failed.
Right.
So I do think that there's a component of that subconsciously for some people too.
Well, and I would say the combat of that, and in both of us in our collective groups and on our pages, we've been sharing a lot of meditations and a lot of information to build awareness and to build consciousness. One thing that we both adhere to personally in our own lives, but also, collectively in how we serve others is building intentional conscious awareness to our actions and our activities during our day. So bringing our awareness to what our thoughts are in a given moment and looking at the thought and being curious about the thought, journal on the thought, connect with that thought and understand when we hold on to those anxious thoughts, right? And we allow them to run away and just go loose, like an undisciplined, tantrumed child or an undisciplined dog, running amok, that's when then we perpetuate fear, when fear takes hold and grows exponentially, and then we're making decisions out of panic. Yeah. And there is no rational decision that comes out of panic other than to run and self-preserve. And that's what we're witnessing on a grand scale right now, rather than calming, centering, and looking for community to build a support network to go to and say, hey, my anxiety's rising a little bit. I mean, I won't lie. I got caught up in the whole toilet paper thing going, well, shit, literally shit. Now I can't find it. I looked on Amazon. I was fortunate to purchase one big mega pack. Yeah. For $30.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And we literally were low on toilet paper. So, but because everybody else is freaking out, then those of us that are just simply, hey, I need a couple rolls. So, but toilet paper represents, and isn't it funny that oh shit really covers it? It represents the oh shit reality of the denial that a lot of countries have been in, and our country is guilty of this, just how pervasive this has become. Right. Even the country of origin and in which it started, they kept things under wraps rather than revealing so that the entire world globally could come together to help and to assist. And so fear has elevated all of this. And so that's what we're wanting to, in our small way, combat. Why am I'm having burps? There's a chakra thing going on.
There's a chakra thing there, because it's funny. I feel like a little lump in there myself. So we can definitely clear that. I think it would be productive to help center people and clear people's chakras today.
Let's do it.
Feel like that, that calm of light and that center of prana, bringing just as we breathe on a regular basis can be clear, a nice clear channel for energy, which is good. But it's funny because what you were just saying was, I think you watched the same video, because I think I sent it to you, of the one doctor, some infectious disease specialist.
Yes.
As soon as this appeared and we had awareness of, I knew this was going to be an epidemic. So I'm not agreeing with him, because he probably knows the science and the intricacies of this kind of thing way better than I would. But I also know that mentality it is also a lighting the flame, that this is going to be an epidemic. This is going to spread worldwide. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
And that, I think, knowing that kind of mentality was behind this from the beginning, you can't necessarily separate the energetics of it entirely from the nature of the virus itself,
100%.
Yeah. And so, I mean, we talk about law of attraction and how where we put our energy, where we put our focus is what grows, and that's right now. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. I have some in case we want to pull some today. Yeah.
I have the health and law of attraction cards from them as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So I can grab those. If anybody wants a health and law of attraction card, shoot it.
You know what? We should do that today. Yeah. Grab them. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I absolutely agree with you. It's, listen, we're having a human experience, and yes, we have the physical world, but we also know and understand. Well, we know and understand. Not everybody does, but there is the very real reality proven through quantum physics and quantum mechanics and all of that our physical reality is shifted and changed and altered dependent upon everyone's perception. And so what is going on right now is actually a mass global energetic agreement to experience this entire event on a global scale. We are energetic beings. Our physical world is based on energy. Every object that we see has energetic molecules that are vibrating at high rates of speed, just like how we witness images on a movie screen as fluid movements, you know, right, of people walking, cars moving, etc. We know and understand that the reason why we experience that visually as fluid movement is because it's vibrating at a rapid rate. And so then our ocular system, our whole ocular system, and tied in with our brain, slows all of that down and instead can't attend to the high flipping and vibrating. So it just sees everything as one solid object moving at a fluid pace. So that's exactly an apt description of what we're experiencing in any moment in our physical reality. And thank you, Tina, for joining us. And that's what is going on with this coronavirus. But what we're here to share and to help all of us understand and just calm and center our awareness is that there is a spiritual, a higher purpose being served here, a greater mission at work, right? And it is,
and
go ahead, it is for our highest and best. And that's what we have got to understand is, are we going to suffer some losses? Have we already? 100%. And we're not diminishing any of those, but let's think of it in terms of our own personal human journey, our own healing journey. We suffer losses all of the time on grand or small scales. And we learn from it and we grow and we develop and we become a better version of what we've once been. And we can look back and say, and point to those experiences and say, it's what has shaped me and created me into who I am now.
Well, and even not on a personal level, but on a global level. I mean, I don't know if it was one of the things you shared, but I read something about, the fact that this is like, there's a lot of shifting energy on the planet now. Just globally, there's a lot of shifting energy. From Schumann resonance to polar flares, etc. And so there's bursts of energy. And it's really interesting because I don't know if you've seen some of the heart math research, but from the Heart Math Institute, that every time that there were significant solar storms, literally they show the graphs and the data are exactly aligned with like World War II, with the Holocaust, with, and so we can't deny the energetic intersection of what's going on, what we're seeing in these events. So we don't see it now. We don't see the bigger picture now. We can't see it. We are only capable of accessing a certain piece of this because we're human beings, So it is all about trust right now. It's all about diving our trust in, And so for me, being immunodeficient, and I'm just getting over the flu, which took me a while because I'm immunodeficient.
Right.
And knowing that my infusions do not protect me from viruses.
Right.
I am literally laying down. If I'm laying down, getting ready for the or getting out over the flu, I will just lay there with binaural beats or chanting or something because I just want to keep my vibration up. And I know all this stuff is going on around and it's chaotic and all of that, but I am like, my husband's like, you're like giddy, you're smiling, you're happy. Yeah. And it does not mean that I do not have immense levels of compassion and understanding for the people who are going through this. Right. Understanding I'm not exactly in their shoes, of course, but I've been there. I've had sepsis. I've been there. So being able to, really embody that frequency of love and happiness as much as I can, because love is the vibration, guys, that squashes everything.
Just as you said that, look at what came up.
Oh, what is it?
Appreciation and gratitude are different vibrational states, just as you said, love. See? I pulled a couple other cards too while you were talking. We can share later.
Yeah, but that's why when you were talking about the chakra system and how it like culminates in our heart and goes out that way. And I like that too, because our hearts are our reservoir of Mother Earth internally that we carry. So when we transmute to Mother Earth and hand these fears or these energies over and understand and trust that it's going to be transmuted into something that resembles love, almost all the time, has an undercurrent of love with it because it's coming back from Mother Earth. You know,
can you explain transmutation to people who might not understand what that is?
It's really about taking those energies and not, you know, it's not saying I'm just going to squash my energy that I don't want or get rid of it or ignore it or dismiss it, but I'm going to hand it to a higher power so that they can take this energy and transform it with their divine intelligence into something that I know is going to serve the planet, serve the greater, so that the highest good is served for all, which includes me. And even if it doesn't in that exact moment and I feel like crap, I trust that over time, it does include me, even if it's indirect, you know, that it's going to benefit me.
Well, and that's what love does. Love is the soup or the marinade, right? That sits in. And, you know, when we give rise to and feel and attend to anxiety or disruptions in our peace or in our energy, if we will allow it to rise up in our heart space, our heart, and literally here, guys, is a great way, and Laura and I teach this to everyone, putting your hands on your body in the space in which you would like to direct energy. So when you're in those anxious moments, I'm already feeling it. I'm buzzing like you and I. When we're in those anxious moments, if we will put our hands on our heart.
Can we all do that now? Can everybody do that now?
Yeah.
Everybody put your hands on your heart space. And I'm actually going to put one on my heart and one on my belly because I like to feel very grounded as well. And that just, you know, accesses those chakras at the base.
100%.
And deep breath in through your nose, filling up all the way down into the bottom of your spine. And knowing that as you breathe out, you are sending this energy to divine intelligence to transmute and transform into love, into a vibration that can shift and change, that can inform and nurture and infuse the planet with health, with wellness, that well-being is our natural state.
Mm-hmm.
Imagining just a brilliant white light being in the center of your heart space, knowing that this seed has been planted there for decades, for generations, for past lives. Allowing that brilliant white light to just shine like a central sun and just illuminate and expand everything around you. Trusting and believing that you are your foundation, your safety and security, that you are love, you embody love, that you can rest in this stillness, you can find that comfort within you. Let us know if anything's coming up for any of you. Do you have any questions or thoughts?
Yeah. That was beautiful. Thank you for that.
Oh, thank you. You're the one who started it.
Well, you know, and literally it's that easy, folks. And those of you watching the replay, you'll receive it. And I know for those of you watching live now, when we will just simply place our hands on our hearts, it brings all of our intention and attentional focus into that space. And that's where our center of love lives. Yeah. Can I share the cards that while you were talking came up?
Yeah, as soon as you're done, I'll share the ones from the health deck. Go ahead.
All right.
Money, right?
Yes, they're the Money and Law of Attraction cards by Abraham Hicks. But these came up. Oh, there's I
know.
That's what it looks like. It's hard to tell. What came up was Law of Attraction, all of it. And so while you were talking, moments ago, the very first one that came up is law of attraction, response to my vibration. And it says on the back, a belief is nothing more than a chronic pattern of thought. And you and I have the ability, if we try even a little bit, great, Carrie, even a little bit, to begin a new pattern, to tell a new story, to achieve a different vibration and change your point of attraction. The law of attraction is responding to your vibration, and you can easily change your vibrational point of attraction by visualizing the lifestyle you desire, holding your attention upon those images, putting your hand on your heart, on your belly, right? Oh, thank you. I'm feeling that. Whatever you're doing, I'm feeling it. And attending to those images until you begin to feel relief will indicate that a true vibrational shift and that transformation and transmutation has occurred. The second one is my life story and the law of attraction. Each and every component that makes up your life experience is drawn to you by the powerful law of attraction response. Listen, response to the thoughts you think and the story you tell about your life. If you're perpetually saying, I'm unlucky, I'm always getting picked on, I'm always this, that's what's coming to you. Your money, financial assets, and thoughts about yourself, your body's state of wellness, clarity, flexibility, size, shape, your work environment, how you are treated, relationships, work satisfaction, and the like, indeed, our very happiness of our life experience in general is all happening because of the stories we tell.
And I really love that you're using the money deck too, because I want people to know this as they're listening to you, Raelin, that the money energy is all about safety and security.
100%.
So it's really good because it's not like, oh, why are you using the money deck right now? Like, obviously, there's going to be a financial hit globally with this situation as well. But the reason that money energy is so important to work with is because, and similar to sexual energy, they're the same energy.
Yes.
Is it's all about creating a foundation of safety and security for you. I mean, think about it. If you're feeling really solid financially, you're going to feel like, oh God, I have a backup plan, or I have something to fall on, or whatever.
Exactly.
So I want you guys to hear that as she's speaking, and like if the word money or finances come in, to really be replacing that with either safety and security or whatever you feel could make you feel, more comfortable right now. So I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. And that's located very closely in the root and the soul and the sacral chakras. They're very close together. Yes. The very last one, that popped up, and I showed it earlier, is how do we combine this? How do we live in this space? Here's proactively how we do it, is through appreciation and gratitude. When you feel gratitude, often you are looking at a difficulty that you have overcome, but there's still some of that struggle vibration present. The state of appreciation is seeing whatever you are looking through with the eyes of source. You could walk down a crowded street with all kinds of thoughts of things that a lot of other people would find a reason to criticize or worry about, and you would not have access to them because your vibration of appreciation is picking out for you things of a different vibrational nature. So it's building our awareness to, again, in that transmutive space of the heart, of understanding that the things that we see at are non-threatening. The things that we see at are for us, not against us.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean that if we're, if we do get ill or if we have a loved one who is ill, that's not going to be uncomfortable. And then that's not going to be, the one Raelin's using is money and the law of attraction, Sherry.
Oh, yes, sorry, Sherry.
Yeah. And, it doesn't mean it's not going to be uncomfortable. When we go through these difficult things, it's not like, oh, the world's full of love because of source, so just smile. It's not like that.
Right.
It's not that simple for us at all as humans to just immediately integrate that, especially during a time like this. It is important to acknowledge, to lean into the fear and say, what are you telling me? What is this about? And how can I secure myself and make myself more safe and comfortable? Because it's not going to benefit me at all. Whether I get coronavirus or I don't get coronavirus, it's not going to benefit me to be afraid of getting coronavirus. It's actually going to make me weaker.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
Let me share the card that came up. Sherry, I'm using a similar deck, Health and the Law of Attraction card. So let me know if you want one. I know, Dawn, you had asked for a Health and Law of Attraction card, so I'm going to pull one for you. But this is the one that I pulled for the collective, and it's purple, which is my favorite color, so that makes me really happy.
Awesome.
And it's number 4, which is also has always been my favorite number. So there you go. All right, so I can focus on my physical well-being. It is not attention to lack of wellness that makes you sick. It is attention to the lack of many things. Do you hear that? Listen to this. Chronic attention to unwanted things holds you in a place of disallowing your physical well-being, as well as disallowing the solutions to other things you are focused upon. If you would focus your attention upon the experience of physical well-being as much as you focus upon the absence of it, not only would your recovery come quickly, but maintaining your physical well-being and balance would also be easy. That's an amazing card for right now. Chronic attention to unwanted things holds you in a place of disallowing physical well-being. So on a global scale, really, Sherry? Oh my gosh, we need to celebrate our number 4. Okay.
That's so cool. Yeah.
What does this tell us about, on a global basis, how we have not been expressing enough gratitude?
Right.
It's that same card that Raelin first pulled too, right? It was in alignment with what we had already been discussing, which is showing gratitude. I mean, literally, I am in a constant stream of gratitude right now.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful that, this isn't, the first thing I thought was, I'm so thankful that this isn't winter time. It's nice out and my kids can go outside and play during this time when we're home together. Yes. I am so thankful that I have warm water. Like, we have water, we have energy. Our home life actually isn't that affected by this, that we have food, that God knows we have toilet paper, because I'm a toilet paper hoarder.
Are you part of the problem or the solution? No,
I mean, this is when my issues really benefit everyone in my family.
There you go.
Anyway, so this is a freaking powerhouse part, and I'm going to post this in. I'll post it in the healing space, Raelin, and I'll post it in the community room for healing as well.
Yeah, let's do that.
Just so that you guys have access to this card, because it's something that I really think we should all return to over and over again, whether you meditate on the image or whether you do some of your own journaling around where are you spending giving chronic attention to unwanted things anywhere in your life.
Yes.
So I don't have that yet. And it could be as simple as you doing really awesome work, like being able to say, like, oh my gosh, like, I really, really want, 10 people to sign up for my course. Right. And then one person signs up and I'm like, oh, but I still need 9 more. You know what I mean? Instead of being
thanks for the one.
Hallelujah. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but it can be even things that you're looking forward to, that you're excited about, that you're trying to call in to your life. But then you're noticing. All you're doing is noticing when it's not there yet. That attention to unwanted things.
Yes. So, you and I, we love our sacred geometry activation cards.
That's a great
So we're giving you guys a lot of cards here. The first card, as you were just talking about the energy from the health and wellness card you just pulled, was remembrance.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones from that deck.
Mine too, right? Yeah, it's powerful. It's like a tribal shield. It's amazing.
Wow.
Says this frequency supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us with valuable information and tools to flow gracefully with and in this life. Followed up by soul time. Look at that.
That's beautiful. It's like the glow of your soul internally, like that seed that we were talking about in the meditation that's like planted within our heart space, that just grows as we breathe. Like if you picture breathing into the center of that image and allow that golden glow to just expand,
I like it. Yeah, because it draws you in. It's that radiating out that love and peace and centeredness, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Says this frequency asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, which is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
One that embraces the concept that while our physical body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. And then the very last one that energizes and pulls it all together, right? Try in it.
Clown party hat. That's what I always see when I see that one.
It's dynamic. Yep. Clown party hat. We're going to put this on our heads. Here we go.
It always is a clown party hat. And I can't like stop seeing like a parade and Barney show from when my kids were really little. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. This frequency supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. Everything we've been talking about. It helps us to put together a reality that is made of different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. So this is where we're going to be able to incorporate everything that we're learning and understanding from what we're going through globally as a collective, and also as our own consciousness is raising and our own awakening is happening for those of you that, you know, are just kind of coming to all of this. So,
yeah, and you know what? That's awesome to actually pull a card from the Starseed Oracle deck to get like a really clear understanding of, you know, that seed that has been planted, that divine seed that is planted within me, right?
Yes.
See, there is a reason why I needed to buy several decks to have on hand.
I need to get some more too. I don't need to. I choose to.
Yeah,
right.
I do.
Can I just
and then after we pull this one, I'm gonna just sing you guys a chant, okay, a healing chant that I keep getting drawn to right now. And then I'm gonna pull a card for Dawn. Don't worry, Dawn, I love you and I haven't forgotten about you. So, and you can choose what deck you want since I keep popping out new ones.
Ooh.
All right. Or Raelin's. Yes, any one of ours. Okay.
Oh yeah, yes.
Star seed for us. Everybody take a deep breath in. Put your energy on these cards. Oh, that's freaking crazy.
What is it?
I literally just said I was going to sing after this. Share your song. Frequency of sound, diving deep. Whale and orca elders.
Guys, what we're going to do, we're going to take snapshots of all of these cards. We'll put it in the comments here. We'll share it in our collective groups. Amazing cards. I have chills. There's no accident. Nothing that we do or we say or that comes into our life is without reason, purpose. There are no incidental or accidental moments in our life. So, Dawn, thank you. We love being in this space. She just said she likes listening to us.
Oh, that's nice. Well, and hopefully you'll say the same after I sing. Okay. The whale and orca elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet.
There you go.
So, and think about how immense, this is giving me chills. Think about how immense a whale is, how immense that being is, right?
Yeah.
To harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a whale is something you'll never forget. Whales see into your very being, and in an instant, you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, beyond the woundings, the identity, the personality, the story, and they see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency.
Wow.
Bow to who you really are. Yeah. To stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, and to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough.
Yeah.
Whale and orca elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are. Because I say that all the time, it's true. Like, don't deny others from seeing the authentic version of you. What if there's somebody who feels like totally alone and weird and different? Right. You know, they see, wow, that person seems just like me because you're being authentic, right? Allow others to see the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hangups and personality flaws. And you're revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing.
Yeah.
Allow the song that echoes in the 4 chambers of your heart to emanate in all 4 directions, which is what we just did with that visualization.
Oh.
Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song.
Yeah.
How are you being called to share your soul's unique song?
Yeah.
That's a personal question for you guys to ponder if you'd like. Go ahead, Raelin, before I say
and when we show up, you know, we never know what parts of our story, even the parts that we've experienced pain or loss or grief within, have been designed and woven into our own tapestry in order to reflect and show beauty to others who have gone through similar things, so that they can be calmed and healed and soothed as well in their time of need. So 100%, it's so important for us to shine and radiate. I'm excited for our song, our chanting.
Yes. Okay. You ready? And this is good too, because we talked about how we were both getting sensations from source about the throat chakra block. So, you know, this is a chanting song. It's by Donna DeLore, and I'm not going to sing the entire thing, but it's called Hey Ma Durga. Okay. And basically what this is about is, you know, it means all conquering mother, remover of darkness. You know, we're basically hailing her, right? Calling her. Beyond time, she relieves difficulty. She's very loving. She's very forgiving and very supportive of the universe. Okay. So we're just offering devotion to that. Okay.
Perfect.
Everybody can just close their eyes and take a breath in, or do whatever you want. I don't really care. Jai Ma Durga, Jai Ma Durga. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna love through your love. Hey Ma Durga, I wanna see what you see. Hey Ma Durga, I want to feel beyond this illusion to what is real. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Hey Ma Durga, Jai Ma, 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 Jai Ma.
Thank you.
That served you guys without my pitchiness. I feel like Olaf, you know, talking to Elsa. She was a little pitchy.
No, it was beautiful. Deborah has a question for us. I feel fortified and capable in my space. How can I maintain that and hold space for others who are in fear now? Great question. So obviously the first place to begin is within ourselves. So it's fantastic that you're already there and already in your space. So for me, Deborah, what I do is, and what I have done historically, is I just kind of ground myself deeply within Mother Earth and make sure that my lower chakras are fully grounded and connected. And as I am in the space of others, and when they are feeling upset or expressing concern or whatever that ends up being, As I am fully grounded in Mother Gaia, I am envisioning that her healing energy is being drawn up through me while divine source energy is being washed and showered down upon me, meeting in this heart space. And then I recognize that moment when I'm with someone and they're sharing their concern, their upset, their disruption, is not a moment for me to get involved in emotionally myself and get entangled in. That's that moment for me to hold that loving presence, and I radiate out the love that I'm receiving down through the divine and pulling up from Mother Gaia in my heart space.
Yeah, that is so beautiful. And I even wrote to Deborah too, just how gorgeous it is that she even asked that question, because I just so appreciate that you're in that space and like willing and able to send that to other people and to share that with the world right now, because we need it so badly. And, you know, for me too, I do it through chanting. I mean, I literally, my poor family, I walk around chanting all day, every day. And
I love it.
I feel like I'm just sending that vibration out there. And I also view it as, you know, with what Raelin was just describing, you know, when that's coming towards you, people's fears or people's, you know, dense energy coming towards you, I almost view it as like, I'm not dismissing it, I'm not pushing it away, but I'm not absorbing it. So I'm almost like catching it in this energetic ball, and I'm kind of weaving it and illuminating it with light, and then either allowing it to evaporate, or I'm like handing it back to them to continue to spread now that it's illuminated. You know, so being able to have that visual and know, like, I am holding space for you. I'm literally holding this energetic space for you, and I'm helping you transform it, because you may not know how to do that. You know, and then placing it back. So it's like you're serving that Mother Gaia vibration or frequency, you know?
Yeah, I love that you create that visual for us of catching it, not holding on to it to absorb it, but in order to transmute that energy or to just fully support it. You know, when the less that we get caught into the mentality of believing that it is for us to fix other people or to take away their issues or to remove what they're going through, the less that we attach to that and simply just are there intentionally, even if we say to ourselves, I am holding loving space and compassionate grace for this individual before me, name them, whoever they are, then we don't get caught up in. Because the moment that we get caught up is when we return our thoughts to where? To ourself, right? And in that moment, the space is for supporting the whole and supporting others. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I actually really like that visual. I mean, I'm in the space of the Akashic Records now. I entered before we came. And so, you know, that I say that they sent to me, because that came from them. You know, and I love that it's about holding the ball and giving it back, because it's not like I'm not only am I not taking this, but I'm offering you the opportunity to take responsibility for this beautiful ball of love, you know, and giving them the space and freedom and empowerment to do it themselves and offer them that opportunity to change the world, to make them feel like they're making a difference, because you know, how awesome does that make us feel? It just fuels us to help other people. Healing and Law of Attraction deck. Okay. So I'm going to pull one for Dawn here. You're welcome, Deborah. Thanks so much.
You're so welcome, Deborah. That's a beautiful question.
I love your energy today, Deborah. Loving your energy.
Yeah, very sweet, very soothing.
Feeling very drawn to you right now. So and guys, if you also want a card, you're welcome. I have the Health and Law of Attraction cards and the Starseed Oracle deck, and Raelin has the Sacred Geometry. That's what it's called? Sacred?
Yep. Sacred Geometry Activation. Money and Law of Attraction cards. And I also have, I just grabbed my Gabby Bernstein, The Universe Has Your Back.
She does. She's got it back.
Yep. And a card came through for us too. So if anybody wants one of those too.
Great. So I'm going to grab this for Dawn. She is waiting patiently. Thank you for your patience, my friend, while we continue to talk and go off on tangents. Take a deep breath and place them on the cards. Okie dokie. Okay, so this one's yours. Look at the image first. Get a feeling of how you feel.
Okay. Ooh.
Before I take any action, I will seek my vibrational alignment.
I will seek my vibrational alignment?
Yes.
Love
Seek
it.
your vibrational alignment first and then follow through with inspired action. Let your medical community assist you in your recovery, but do not ask them to do the impossible. Do not ask them to give you a cure to compensate for your misalignment of energy. We want you to know that you have the power to accomplish anything that you desire, but you cannot look outside of yourself for the validation to do so. Your validation will come from within you in the form of emotion.
Didn't we just say we cannot take from other people what is theirs? So when we're holding that loving space, we have to make sure that we're not overstepping and that we're not removing from them what they need to learn.
Well, and Georgette and Sherry, let us know what deck you guys want. We have Starseed Oracle, Health and Law of Attraction, Sacred Geometry, Money and the Law of Attraction, and the Universe has your back. So what I really like too is that she points out that balance of, letting your medical community assist you. It's not like, we're woo-woo energetic and it's all energetic. And so, it's all, they screw you to everybody else. It's, we are humans. We are meant to have a balance between this world and the spiritual world. Okay. So, but don't put everything on that. Don't put all your safety on toilet paper.
Right.
And be able to align your energy first. Take responsibility for what's going on out there yourself. Because if the more of us that take responsibility for staying in alignment, the more our universe aligns. Woohoo!
100%. Yes. Preach it. Okay. Yes. My husband is doing this too. He's got his hands in the air. Yeah. It's a weirdo. All
right. Whichever one we're on to. Okay. So Georgette. I kind of like Starseed for Georgette.
Okay.
And then you want to pick one for Sherry?
Sure. Can I share? I want to share my universe has our back.
Over here. Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah. And then I'll pick one for you, Sherry. So the very first one is I witnessed the darkness. So again, like she just said, we have to be willing to look at the fear and give it its space. Just don't allow it to run the show. So we witness the darkness, call upon the light with this prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. Through the eyes of the teacher of love. And then the next one is, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort.
Oh, wow.
I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort.
Can you read the other one again, the first one? Because I had a thought on that.
Sure. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love.
See, yeah, I really, really, really like that one right now because I feel like it's very hard for people to view what's going on and the coronavirus as an act of love by the universe.
100%.
And this is an act of love.
Yes.
From the universe. And it doesn't feel that way. And it doesn't seem that way when you look at things happening, bad things happening to people and people not feeling well and people being scared and people not being able to visit their loved ones and, people passing that are close to them.
Right.
And it does not seem like an act of love.
Right.
But what we need to trust is that it is an act of love for our greater good long term and overall.
Yeah. When I always think back to the metaphor of when my kids were little and when I was little, I would have a skinned knee and my mom would put that red mercurochrome or hydrogen peroxide on the wound, and it always hurt and it burned. And Jared, you can leave. We don't need your comments.
Yeah, Jared, we don't need
take your stuff elsewhere, dude. Anyway, so she would put that on our wounds and she would it would burn, it would hurt. And I would cry and I would say, why are you hurting me? Why are you hurting me? And she would always say, it's because I love you, because I'm taking care of you, because I'm treating your wound. And if I don't take care of you, if I don't do this, it's going to get worse and you could get an infection and get really, really sick. Mm-hmm. So by no means hear me, by no means am I comparing this to a boo-boo or, getting your knee scraped or anything like that. But what I am saying is that action of the understanding, the lack of understanding that, what's happening right now is actually happening for us. It lives in that same energy space. So it really is. And we're going to begin to see the effects of that as we move through this and come out of it. There's always, in times of great pain and, suffering, loss, etc., there's always those woven, beautiful threads of divine love, intervention, and great growth and support through that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. Sherry, thank you. It's an opportunity for all of us to get ourselves together 100%.
Absolutely. It's a window, into ourselves. Yeah. So I'm going to pull you a card, Georgette. Okay. I have one coming to you from the Starseed Oracle deck, because that's what I was drawn to for you. Take a deep breath there, Georgette.
I'm taking a deep breath too.
Interesting, because it pulled two for you. So lucky you, my friend. All right. All right, so you've got double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. And Star Keeper, cosmic ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. Beautiful.
Yeah. Look at that bubble. Love it.
I know. So, and this is so, I know these are gorgeous for you. Read you. Let me say, okay, so Star Keeper, you're an ancient keeper of the stars. And this is so cool, because this is all the energy, the total on point energy that's been coming through the records for the last 6 to 8 weeks. This is why I created Activate the course. Well, I didn't create it, the Akashic Records did, because it's all about this ancestral past life energy and how amazing and rich it is right now. So it's really even more powerful that you're getting this card right now. So you're here to anchor and seed your light in your unique way. You've likely been incarnating on Earth for some time, dedicated to an era of awakening and bringing about a long-awaited shift in the planet's evolution. We're at a tipping point now. The survival of Earth and all its species is coming to a head. Holy crap.
There you go. Gosh,
the more grounded you remain during this transitional period, the more helpful you'll be. You hear that, guys? That's spirit talking.
Say that one more time.
Be, okay? The more you tend to the flames of your own heart, the more love you'll anchor onto this planet. The wisdom of the stars is imprinted on your soul. The more soul fragments you call home, the more this wisdom is seated here. Okay? So that means that bringing in that scattered energy, staying in alignment, allowing your chakras to stay aligned. You may be called to be in different places in the world to anchor this light, perhaps taking a trip or living in a certain location, or find yourself experiencing awakening symptoms. But the more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be.
Yeah.
Let me read that again. The more grounded you remain, the more stable Earth's energy will become, and the less reactive humanity will be. This is exactly why we are here today. It is exactly why we are doing this live. You're here for a double mission. Oh my God. And then the other card she got was double mission. You're here for a double mission to grow as an individual and as part of a larger collective that's bringing about and shifting frequency. Trust that you can be in this world, but not of it, and lead a truly glorious life.
Yes.
And just, it says to repeat, I acknowledge that I am a star keeper. I choose to anchor my light and stay as grounded as possible. Holy
Yes. Yeah.
That one was double mission. Let's see.
And that's a message for all of us that are light bearers, way showers, etc., is the deep need for us to remain grounded and to respond from love. Yeah, 100%. So anything else that you have for Georgia?
I have to do the mission card because she got pulled because Spirit really likes her a lot today. So many have the feeling that time's running out, and there's something they came here to do, create or contribute. They're here to grow individually and to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way. So they are often called to answer through a career calling or devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for light worker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. So they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or spending time in some sort of closet, like a spiritual closet. You are being called when pulling this card to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. Your role is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make or have a great big plan. If you resonate with bringing light, all you need to do is work out what lights you up. What are your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in the doing of it, you'll light up the world without even trying. And the question is, how can you serve the world by just being you? That's so powerful, Georgette. You beast. You spiritual beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And thank you, Georgette, for bringing in the energy of that for all of us as well to receive too.
So much.
I echo exactly the message of being a light worker and knowing from, like, when I was a kid, I knew there was something different about me. And I have had times in my life, even then too, but certain key periods of my life where I always felt, I would tell my husband, I feel like I should be doing something, but I don't know what. I feel like there's something that I'm forgetting. And that's, so the spirit of that is amazing. Thank you, Georgette, for all of that. So for Miss Sherry, she got 2 cards too I was going to pull from Sacred Geometry, but then I was told Law of Attraction cards and money. Okay. The very first one is, I can transform my own world. And look at that. And it says, make lists of positive aspects. Make lists of things that you love and don't complain. As you use those things that shine bright and make you feel good as your excuse to give your attention and be who you are, you will tune like a radio dial into who you are, and the whole world will begin to transform before your eyes. It is not your job to transform the world for others. Boy, we're hearing this today. But it is your job to transform it for you. A state of appreciation is pure connection to source where there is no perception of lack.
Gratitude! Wow.
Yeah. And here's the next one. I'm sweating, you guys. The energy is so hot right now. It's so vibrant. I can have money and freedom too. Look at that. The yin and the yang, right? Full balance here. Okay. A feeling of being overwhelmed is your indicator that you are denying yourself access to all manner of cooperation that could assist you if you are disallowing it. If you were not disallowing it, sorry. As you begin to feel freer regarding to the expenditure of time and money, doors will open. People will come to assist you. Refreshing and productive ideas will occur to you, and circumstances and events will unfold. As you change the way you feel, you access the energy that creates worlds. It is there for your ready and access at all times. I can transform my own world.
You have the ability to create worlds. Did you hear that? I mean, we can recreate this planet to whatever we want it to be.
100%.
Physical bodies, you know, I mean, it's all energy. It's all moving.
Here's the card that came up when I did initially pull one for, thinking it was for Sherry. It was for us, for the collective, primarily too for me in the moment because my energy was disrupted, but coherence. Coherence. And it says the frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality we desire. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the heart and the mind for the optimal ability to co-create the reality that we desire. Beautiful. Do you think we have time for a message from We Are We? My friend, or should we do a separate one?
Sherry said, and I don't know if you guys can see that the when I'm holding it straight anyway, but the Palo Santo is really burning very clearly.
Yeah, it is.
Now it's just burning like in that straight line.
Mm-hmm. It was shooting up like a thick column when you first lit it.
I know.
Deborah says, I have a major art show in 2 weeks, which may be canceled. May I have a geometry card reading on what direction this may go? Absolutely.
Absolutely, Deborah.
Yeah. Thank you, Deborah. That's why we're here. 100%.
And you know what? While you pull that, I'll bring in something from the records, and then you can do We Are We for a couple minutes after that card if you want.
My friend.
What?
Fucking fantastic. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Synergy. Look at that. Wow. Just as you were talking about doing something from the records for her. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. So your art show is going to take on a new form. Not so obvious, it allows the acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. Embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Bam. Dude.
Shifting to new realities. So not like that first health and law of attraction card we pulled, like not focusing on the show being canceled, not focusing on the fact that the show might not happen, you know, focusing on like what they keep showing me is an image of you, Deborah, kind of like, you know, sitting there like almost with your arms out, like holding a ball, but really widely. And just kind of breathing in and out and allowing this, like kind of doing this with your arms, you know, like up and down and just kind of appreciating this energetic space that you embody and finding a lot of peace and calm within this. And they're also saying that this is the bubble, this is the space in which you need to create. Understanding that by sitting there and doing this work, you are creating what?
Her show is entitled Ho'oponopono.
No, it's not.
Oh my stars. Yes, it is.
See, I think I was drawn to you today, Deborah. Can we get married?
Oh my gosh. I want to be the third wheel in that. Dang.
Dude.
No way. Deborah, we love Ho'oponopono. Yeah. I'm a certified Ho'oponopono practitioner. You're studying that, right, Laura? Or it's on your list. Yeah. I cannot believe that. So
that's insane.
We know the message of Ho'oponopono. Clean and clear it. Clean and clear it. Oh, synergy. Oh my God. No, don't apologize for the spelling. You spelled it exactly right. You spelled it. Just doesn't have the little apostrophe. It's okay. We get it. That's wild.
That's crazy. Yeah, they want you to, because what they keep telling me for you, Deborah, is to focus on the energy of creation, because that's the power of your show. That's the power of the work that you do, and that's the power of you and your energy and who you are. And they want you to get really, really at ease and at peace with your central column that is fueling that energy, that allows you to create what you do create. And the more that you sit in that and that you offer yourself this smooth bubble of creative energy and just sit in focusing on and absorbing and emanating out that creative energy, the more effective you are going to be with moving forward, either in shifting your mindset, like the card that Raelin was talking about, or around what this show is going to look like. Honestly, when I first tapped in, the first thing they showed me was you doing this online. So I don't know if really.
Yes.
That's the thing they showed me. The first thing was like, well, just do an online gallery. I mean, like that's the first thing that came in was just do an online gallery, you know? And like sit there and just embody that energy of creativity and almost like you're being present and sitting there in this online gallery in that energetic space.
Yes.
Anyway, crazy, cool stuff.
100%. I saw the online space. I saw a lot of things being sold online. I saw that, yes, 100% a virtual space. Yes. Oh my gosh. There you go. The not so obvious, never seen before combinations. Wow. And Ho'oponopono. Oh, dude.
I just friended you, Deborah.
I want to be her friend. Friend me too, Deborah.
You could be our friend too, right?
I'm gonna follow you around. Can I be the little sister in all of this? Although I might
bring me your message because I don't want people to think they have to stay here for you.
She says, come to Prescott, Arizona, March 27th. I would love to meet you two. I live in Arizona, Deborah. Prescott's not that far from me.
Oh my goodness, March 27th. Go snuggle.
I might. Well, maybe we won't snuggle this time right now, but
social proximity role right now.
Deborah, let's friend. We'll stay in contact. Wow. Way to go, Deborah, says Dawn. I love it. Let's all cheer. We're all going to cheer Deborah on. Yes.
We are. Sending her good vibes.
I know. Okay.
All right. Bring it through, my friend. Bring it through.
Okay. We say to you now and in this time and in this space and in this invitation of sharing and of gathering of souls that have long attended and long been connected and remembered within the divine space and in Christ consciousness. We are supporting this space right now and in this time within the human collective with arms of transformation, supporting with love, yes, but more fully to become aware of and to understand that in your human manifest existence, transformation is the necessary catalyst and the necessary fuel for any great states of change and shift. And we have been sent and share and say and show that from the divine, the source in which each and any and all of matter and grounded manifest existence finds its beginnings within, that this space being entered into now and being brought forward for tremendous healing, for the returning and the remembering and the healing, is now become a call upon those who are in the understanding and awareness of the space in which they have been sent, that this is the rising, this is the call. We have been sent to share for the understanding that this is the rising of those who have come to help with the remembering, to help with the healing, to help with the returning. We say to you now and ask that you would begin to quicken yourselves to sharing your voice, sharing those gifts, sharing your awareness, sharing your being, sharing of the divine soul that lives within, in order to hasten the rising so that awareness and attention can be given its rightful place and its rightful position in spreading love and in alleviating suffering. We share with you now that this has not come for condemnation or for judgment toward anyone. Indeed, that those that are undergoing the suffering and the loss and the grief, and those that have surrendered themselves during this time of great rising and great awakening and awareness and attention to contrast, have and are doing so willingly for the good of the collective. And even so, their sharing and their offering in this space is being transformed and enabled for the hastening of the returning and the remembering and the healing for you all. We again thank you for this invitation and for the sharing of this space. We are with you. We see you. We hear you. We share with you the returning, the remembering, and the healing. Okay, that's it. There was a lot coming in. They were saying things so quickly. There was a lot coming in.
I think the most important piece from that was, and I typed a couple things. One was, this does not come for condemnation or judgment toward anybody, and that those that are undergoing their suffering and loss and grief are doing so willingly for the good of the collective. And I think that was such a beautiful message because, it's really, that idea that we all come to this earth to serve a purpose, and those that leave this world earlier rather than later have chosen to do so, that they had a soul contract and a soul decision to embody that particular body, to have that life for as long as it happened to be, whether it was 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, and that was their choice to fulfill their purpose and their gift to the planet.
Yeah. So just having been so quickly connected. What they were showing me, it was such a beautiful picture of, of these souls willingly standing there in a line saying yes, 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 and surrendering to it for the greater good of everyone, of all of us, and willingly walking that. And as they were walking toward that, then their souls just rising up and singing in celebration and knowing and understanding that this is for divine purpose and reason and value, 100%.
And if you want to understand that concept, because it can be a complicated concept to wrap your head around as a human, you can read the Energy Codes by Dr. Sue Morter. She's the one who kind of explains that in terms of what she calls the bus stop, it's like we're all at a spiritual bus stop, and some of the souls decide, okay, which bus am I going to get on to be in what human body so that I can fulfill whatever I need to do to next ascend, And the other one, which is a little bit more radical, is the Radical Forgiveness book by Colin Tipping.
Yeah,
because he does talk about, and I'm semi-iffy on some of his perspectives, but he talks about the purpose of like the Holocaust and large, huge world events that go on and how they can actually serve our planet as a whole, no matter how destructive and awful they may seem and feel for us. So those are just two resources if you have any interest in just understanding those a little bit better and taking your time to really wrap your head around those concepts. Those are two good resources for you guys. So
Carolyn Mays has a book too for a deeper dive. It's good reading. It's a deeper dive into it, but called Sacred Contracts as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And she speaks on that issue too. Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm gonna add that to my wish list, man.
Pretty big book. I have it. It's just not right next to me, but yeah, it's a fantastic one.
What soul contracts?
Sacred Contracts.
That's what you said. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I just got some of those from Luna and Soul. They have lonerwolf.com, and they just came out with an inner child journal and shadow work journal, and they have like a bundle where you can get like the shadow work journal, the inner child journal, then they have like a soul contracts one, I think, and then they have like a few different books, the Awakened Empath, stuff like that. So that's another really good resource because they're very, very, they're wonderful. And that's lonerwolf.com. So that's another place that you can go just to help with, because honestly, inner child healing is one of the best places for us to focus right now. When you talk about, what do I do with my own healing, or where do I, make transformations to help myself feel more safe and secure and feel more grounded. And the best way to do that really is through inner child work, to really get in touch with that part of you and that innocence, because we're all feeling a little vulnerable right now, and that's really inner child stuff and inner child fears that are coming up. So any way that you can attend to that, I will pull one from this inner child curiosity deck. I don't know who created this. It kind of sucks, but I will, I'm just kidding. So Raelin created this. And I'm just going to pull it so that you guys have a prompt to write on or to use as, just like fill in the word and use it as a mantra or something, just so that you guys can say, all right, this is how I get grounded. This is how I can, make change. Because guys, when we feel out of control, the worst thing to do is to focus on the fact that we're out of control. Okay. We want to focus on the areas in which we can have control. Okay. Just like we focus on what we're thankful for. So we do have control over our own healing and our own process. Okay. So take some of that, take steps in that, and show your mind and body and your spirit that you are devoted to moving forward. So putting all of our breath and energy on these cards. Okay. Here's our prompt, my friends. The story of my child self includes ... The story, I will type that in. You guys can use this as a journal prompt if you would like. The story of my child self includes. And I really like this because it's talking about, what was our story, but it doesn't have to be your story now. Not only does it not have to be your story, but you can shift and change your story whenever you want. Like time is boundless. And so we can go backwards and mess with stuff and shift what went on for us. So,
and one of our earlier cards, well, Let's see. One of our earlier vibration cards is my life story.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Attraction, right? So what a perfect ending. Yeah.
That was something that came up for me even earlier today, or like last night or something too, the whole story, idea of shifting your story. So anyway, so let us know, guys, if you have any other questions. Otherwise, we're going to hop off. We actually are doing our regular show on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And I can't remember what we're talking about. I don't even know if we've firmly decided yet. So,
oh, go ahead. We will. We'll know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So let us know if you guys have any other questions or comments, and please feel free to reach out to us individually. If you're feeling like you just need more healing and support, more love, being held in a space of safety and security, this is why we went live today. This is why we've created our free communities on Facebook. We want people to have a space, okay? And we want you to access it, okay? It's there for you. We want you to access it. Yes, this will be on the healing space. I've shared it to Room for Healing, which is my free Facebook group. And I'm sure Raelin saved it to Connected Empowerment, which is hers. And it's also on my personal page and on my Emerge Healing and Wellness business page. So go back in time and change. Oh, Sherry.
Oh,
Sherry, you need to
our show
date already.
I know.
You need to join it, because that's what the hell we're going to be doing, my friend.
Yeah,
energetically, everything's energy. I mean, do you want to start another hour show now, Sherry?
Oh my gosh.
You don't want us to sign off? I understand. But seriously? That's a giant question, my friend.
A rabbit hole.
I mean, God bless you for bringing that up.
Right. So, let's talk about that next week then on our show. What does it mean to go back in time and change?
Thank you for the topic, Sherry.
Perfect.
Yes, and that's exactly what we're going to activate. We're going to do a current regression back to earlier. We're going to do ancestral work, which is back to recent. We're going to do past life work, which is past your soul journey. And because it's all energy. It's all moving at all times, even if it happened in the past. And we're going to shift that shit. And we're gonna change its direction.
Yes. It's
all
happening at the same time.
It's all happening at the same time. Time, space, continuum. Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're doing it. Thank you, Sherry. Of course she asks us that now.
Like as we're signing off. Hey, listen, I celebrate you for throwing that out there, my friend.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
And yes, Deborah, you'll be able to catch the replay on Healing Space. You can catch the replay on Emerge Healing and Wellness in Laura's free group, Room for Healing, my free group, Connected Empowerment, definitely. And we'll put the links to those groups in the comments. And yes, lots of opportunities for replay. Yes. Thank you guys for showing up. Really.
Yeah. Thanks for being here with us on a Saturday and for really engaging, and your energy being here, we can feel it's palpable. And and the space that you occupy, we just thank you so much for even being willing and able to listen to hear this kind of perspective and feedback on a very difficult time and a controversial topic. And we love you all and invite you all into our sacred container, so that if you need support and help, please feel free to reach out. Okay?
Yeah. Love you too.
Have a wonderful and fabulous weekend.
Yes. Yay.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.